Willow. Caroline and Winter rush to our side. Please help me get him out of here while everyone is still distracted, I beg. He's badly injured. They both nod, and we successfully carry him through the back without anyone stopping us. I need to tend to his wounds, I tell my sisters. We don't have time for that, Willow. Winter hisses at me. We must get back before our mother finds out we are missing. You used your power in front of hundreds of people. Cassius must know exactly where we are by now. We need to get moving. No, I shout. I'm not leaving Dante, not when he is like this. He's not going to die, she points out. He will live. Your life is more in danger than his at this moment, so please, let's go. Willow, Dante croaks. His eyes are still closed as he shifts uncomfortably on the ground. He was waking up again. Willow. He tries again. He's waiting for me to respond. I grab his hand and squeeze it gently. I'm here. I felt his body relax slightly at my words. Don't leave me again. Please don't leave me, Willow. We have to go, Winter shouts. I'm not leaving without Dante, I repeat myself. I'm not. You'll have to force me, but I'm not willingly leaving him when he's like this. She sighs and holds her head in frustration. I can't believe this is happening right now. Are you risking your life and everyone else's for his right now? I don't bother answering her. Just let her do what she has to. Caroline intervenes. Our sister loves this man. If she wants to tend to his wounds, let her. We will leave soon. Do not worry. Winter walks away from the both of us angrily. She was pissed, and I was sure we would both get a lecture about this when it was time to return home. You told me once that my power can help heal someone as long as it isn't one of Azai's offspring, I say to her. Please teach me how to do it. Her eyes widen. If you use your power to heal him, you'll be extremely weak for 2 days. Are you sure that's such a good idea? I nod. I want to heal him as much as possible before leaving. I'm not going to see him again after this. I want to ensure he's safe from danger and back to his normal self. She sighs. Place your right hand over his heart. I do as she says. She grabs my left hand and pulls her blade out. My eyes widen when she cuts the middle of my hand. Let your blood touch his lips. She orders me. I don't waste another second, and I do as she says. I can feel myself grow weaker as Dante's body slowly begins to heal in front of me. It won't be enough to heal him completely, but he should regain consciousness any minute now, she informs me. We can't have him following us, Winter says as she returns. He won't, Caroline assures her. While Willow's blood will heal him, it will also make him incredibly dizzy, at least for an hour. He won't be able to follow us. You know this, sister. I don't need to remind you of it. I move my hand from his heart and gently move his hair from his face. He stirs slowly, and I don't make a sound as he opens his eyes. He slowly takes in his surroundings before finally looking at me. It takes a few seconds for everything to hit him. When he realizes I'm in front of him, his eyes widen in shock. Willow? He calls my name in a whispered surprise. Are you really in front of me? I nod and can see the pain in his eyes so clearly that it hurts. I knew you would come, he whispers. I knew that you would come. You said earlier that you did this for me, I remind him. Why would you do something like this for me, Dante? Why would you hurt yourself over and over again for me? Do you not know me at all? Why would seeing you in pain ever make me happy? He tries to sit against the wall, and I rush to help him. He was still frail. I could see the stain of my blood on his lips. I was surprised that he hadn't asked me about it yet. I should have been honest. I didn't do it for you. I did it for my selfish reasons. He confesses. My lips part. For your selfish reasons? He nods. I wanted to see you again, Willow. I wanted to bring you back into my life. I knew that it wouldn't be possible to have you in my life again when I searched every place I knew that you could be and didn't find you. I knew you were hiding from me or being held against your will. Caroline and Winter were nowhere around now that he'd opened his eyes. They were either giving us some privacy or making sure that he didn't see them. I was scared I would never see you again, but then I remembered you loved me. I remembered you loved me so much that it would hurt you if you saw me in physical pain. He continues, I didn't want to hurt you, but I had no choice. Like I said, I'm selfish when it comes to you. I wanted you back in my life, one way or the other. I planned these matches for you, Willow. I lost each of them. hoping you'll see and return to me. Each night, I waited till the end, watching as every person came into that arena and kept hoping that it would be you. I'm left dumbstruck by his confession. All of this, him hurting himself in front of hundreds of people, was only to get me back into his life? Why? Why would he go through all of this pain for me to return? Willow. Why? I whisper. Why do you want me back into your life when it's clear that Anya is the only woman you'll ever love? His eyes are dark as he growls. Anya is my past. She's in the past, Willow. I promise you that she's in the past. I will never let her come between us again. I swear on my life. Even though it felt good to hear him say this, I knew that it was a lie. I knew that she wasn't in the past. I knew he was still crazy about my sister. I closed my eyes to hide the pain. I don't believe you. I waited for you to get over her, Dante. I waited for weeks, hoping that you would be able to move on from her. I waited like a fool, dreaming that you would love me as you love her. I don't want to be your second choice. I don't want to be someone you fall back on because you cannot be with the woman you love. His forehead creases, and he tries to move towards me. He winces when the dizziness hits him. Don't try to move. You're not fully healed. I remind him. He exhaled sharply. You're not that woman. What? I ask, confused. You can never be my second choice, Willow, he explains. I didn't know you when I fell in love with Anya. I didn't know you even existed back then. It was never a choice between you and her. Are you telling me you would have chosen me if Anya was still alive? I ask, even though I already knew the answer to my question. His eyes are sad as he looks at me. If I had met you first, I would have been completely and wholeheartedly yours. I can promise you that. That's not what I'm asking, Dante, I whisper. I'm asking if Anya was still alive. Would you have chosen me? He winces again, and I don't think it's from the pain. I pick myself up from the ground. You don't have to answer that question. I think it's time that I leave. I'll call someone to alert your family about your condition. You'll be dizzy for an hour and unable to move from that spot. I'll make sure someone finds you and drops you home safely. No, he exclaims. Don't leave me, Willow. Please don't. I can hear the desperation in his voice. I can't stay by your side any longer, Dante, I tell him as I walk away. I'm sorry, he shouts. I'm sorry for everything. I don't deserve you, but please give me one last chance. Please, Willow. The tears are running down my cheeks at his pleads for me to stay with him. I wanted to stay, but he didn't say the one thing I wanted him to. He didn't tell me that he loved me, and he didn't say that he would choose me over Anya. If he couldn't say those two things to me, I wouldn't accept him back into my life. I couldn't do that to the both of us all over again. The pain was too much. Even if he said those words to me, I didn't live a free life anymore. My birth mother was determined to keep me with her. If everything she said to me is true, I have no choice but to stay with them until Cassius is defeated. I couldn't be selfish. I had others to think about, including my unborn baby. Our baby. If I opened my mouth and told Dante I was pregnant, he would never stop looking for me. I couldn't let that happen. Hello, Willow. A shiver runs down my spine at the deep but creepy voice. I've never heard it before, but somehow I already knew who it was. No one else here should know my name. My sisters had left to give me some privacy with Dante. I knew they were close, but were they close enough to sense that I was in danger? I slowly turned around to see the enemy face to face. Sharp silver eyes are the first thing I see, followed by shoulder-length dark blonde hair, a sharp jawline. He was tall, very tall. I couldn't stop the shivers down my spine. They were spiraling out of control at his nearness and not in a good way. I expected him to look scarier, but he was surprisingly strikingly handsome. I shouldn't have expected anything else. Clarissa and Autumn were extremely beautiful. Obviously, their brother would also look similar to them. I don't get time to scream when pain pulses through my veins. I try to open my mouth, but nothing comes out. Cassius grabs me by my hair, and I try to hold onto his neck, but my hands can't move. The last thing I hear is Dante shouting my name before everything goes completely dark before me. Dante. I wasn't sure what the fuck was happening. Who was that man? Why was he taking Willow with him? I was trying my best to get to her, but for some reason, everything in front of me was blurry. I couldn't even see the asshole's face clearly. Willow! I roar as I helplessly watch him carrying her unconscious body. My eyes are wide with shock when they disappear right before my eyes. Was I hallucinating again? Since Willow left me, I've been hallucinating a lot. Maybe this was another one of those hallucinations. However, this one felt real. No! Willow! Two women rush over to me and grab my shoulders. What happened? Where is Willow? I frown at them. I couldn't recognize their faces. Who are you? I demand. That's not important. One of them hisses at me. Tell us what happened to Willow. Why are you shouting her name? I could barely keep a clear mind. Someone took her. I couldn't see his face. Everything is blurry. I can't even stand. I couldn't get to her and he took her. He took my wife. Cassius, one of the women gasps. He came, he took her. I told you we shouldn't have come here, Caroline, the other one shouts. I told the both of you that we had to leave here. Instead, she stayed back to help this asshole who never even loved her. She was pointing at me. She's wrong. So wrong. I do love Willow. I love Willow with my entire heart. I love her more than I loved Anya. I never got the chance to tell her. I wanted to speak out to her at the right time, when I wasn't dizzy and could hardly move. What do you mean she stayed back because of me? I demand. Is Willow's life in danger? Who was that man that took her? There were so many questions, and it didn't help that my mind was already spinning. I'm sorry, Winter. Caroline apologizes. I knew how much Willow loved him. I knew that she wouldn't forgive us if we took her away before she got a chance to help him. We haven't seen our sister since she was a baby. I wanted to earn her trust. I wanted to have a good relationship with her. These two women were Willow's sisters? Willow only has one sister, that's Anya, I tell them. Who the hell are you two? I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but we are her real siblings. Anya was never her real sister. She was lied to by Anya's mother. She was kidnapped as a baby by Anya's father. It's a long story, and I don't have the time or patience to tell you. Winter snaps. It was clear that she didn't like me. That was fine with me. I didn't like myself either. I was angry with myself for putting Willow through so much. Even though her life was in danger, she still came for me today. She still came to protect me. Willow loved me more than anyone else, and I felt the exact way about her. I hate myself for taking this long to realize it. When she asked me if I would choose her over Anya if she were still alive, I shouldn't have hesitated. I should have told her immediately that I would happily choose her over anyone else. I didn't care who it was. I would always choose her. She was the only woman for me. I wish I had realized this sooner. I wish I had learned how much I loved her at the right time. Now it felt like it was much too late. Are you telling me the truth? I demand. Are you blind? She asks me. Can't you tell the resemblance between us? He's still a bit dizzy because of Willow's blood, Caroline reminds her. Dizzy because of her blood? I was lost in this conversation. Dante. It was Atticus. He was here. He must have seen the match from his phone. Or maybe someone had called and told him I'd gotten my ass beaten to the point that I lost consciousness. When Willow hadn't shown up at first, I'd totally given up. I wanted to die inside that ring tonight. I thought she was gone for good. I'm glad that I didn't. I got to see her again. But now she was gone again, and her life looked like it was in danger. Dante! I hear Clarissa's terrified scream. Did they all come? I felt Clarissa's arms around me. Why the hell did you let them do this to you? She demands from me. Are you insane? Why are you trying to get yourself killed? Someone took Willow, I say without answering her question. He took Willow against her will, right there before me, and I couldn't do a single thing about it. Someone took Willow? Autumn gasps. She came to see you? Is he the reason that she's been missing? Who would do such a thing? Clarissa demands. Why would anyone want to hurt her? Your brother, Winter hissed. Your brother is the one that took our sister. Suddenly everything was clear again. I could see everyone in front of me. I could even move my feet and stand. Atticus rushes to help me up, and I let him. Winter was right. She did resemble Willow. She was telling the truth. It meant that she was most likely telling the truth about this as well. My brother? Autumn asks in surprise. How do you know my brother? That isn't important. Winter snaps. All you need to know is that your brother has our sister, and he will kill her if we don't stop him in time. Dante, kill her? I can't recognize my own voice. Did you just say he wants to kill her? Every vein in my body threatened to burst at the thought of someone hurting Willow. I watched that bastard take her away from me, and I could do nothing about it. Not only did I fail her since the start of our marriage, but I also managed to fail to protect her as well. I was useless when it came to keeping Willow happy. I realized too late that I loved her. I took too long and let my past ruin our future, and now I would have to pay for it for the rest of my life. Yes, Caroline answers for her sister. Cassius plans on killing her. I don't understand. I frown. Why would anyone want to kill Willow? What had she ever done to anyone? It's not what she has done, it's what she's capable of doing, Caroline explains. And what is she capable of doing? I demand. They weren't making any sense at all. I didn't even know Willow had sisters until now. All this time, we all thought that Anya was her sister. It would explain why she was so different from her. She's capable of killing him, she answers me. Cassius, Autumn, and Clarissa, the 3 children of Azai reign. They possess the power that could destroy our world. My sisters and I possess the power to stop them. My brothers and I all freeze at her words. They had the power to kill Rain's daughters. It meant that both Clarissa and Autumn were in danger around these women. They couldn't be trusted, even though they were Willow's sisters. They seemed trained. It meant that they were preparing all these years to get rid of them. What the hell do you mean by that? Damon demands. You're not going anywhere near Clarissa and Autumn. If you try to lay a finger on them, I would rip you both apart. I can't promise for the future, but right now, I can assure you that we don't want to hurt them. We need them to get Willow back safely. Winter hisses at him. This isn't about any of us. This is about the safety of our world. Cassius must be stopped before he causes any more damage. For that to happen, we need to get Willow back alive. I think if we are given a chance to speak to our brother, things might be different, Autumn says. Clarissa and I have no intention of taking over the world. We are nothing like our father. If Cassius is anything like the both of us, we can help change his mind. Caroline sighs. It isn't that easy, Autumn. You may think he's just like both of you, but he's just like his father. He's already just as evil as he is. My sisters and I are the only people standing between him and what he truly wants. You may not believe me when I say this, but if he gets into your heads, he will have the power to control both of you. He's already more advanced and powerful than the 2 of you combined. You're both new to this. He had years of practice. Clarissa and Autumn look at each other, and I can see the fear in their eyes. I don't think they're concerned about themselves. I believe they are scared that they will lose their brother before getting to know him. There's one other thing you should know, Caroline announces suddenly. Everyone turns to look at her. What else could she possibly have to say to us? She'd already said some things that were freaking hard to believe. Is it more bad news? Griffin asks. Because we can all do with some good news after everything you've just dropped on us. It's a mixture of both. She answers him as she turns to look at me. Something in her eyes made me feel uneasy. Whatever it was most definitely a serious topic. Should you be the one to break the news? Winter asks her. If Willow chose not to say anything to him, we shouldn't either. Caroline looks at her sister. He needs to know what he's about to lose if we don't get Willow back in time. What the hell are the 2 of you talking about? I demand. What did Willow not tell me? I didn't understand how anything they had to say to me could be more important than Willow getting kidnapped. Willow isn't the only one in danger, she finally answers me. What is that supposed to mean? I demand. Willow is pregnant with your child, Dante, she announces. And now Cassius has them both. There's no telling what he's going to do. Pregnant? Pregnant? This couldn't be. No, I whisper. That's not possible. She can't be pregnant. Are you saying the 2 of you didn't have shocks? Winter demands. My face pales at her question. She went into heat. I can't finish my sentence. It's all too much for me to take in at once. Willow was pregnant? With my baby? I didn't think there was anything in this world that would make me feel worse than I did before. But I was wrong. It felt like someone had just ripped my heart out of my chest. I'd done so much to hurt Willow, and now she was pregnant. Pregnant. And now a psychopath had her. This wasn't happening. Willow. I looked around me. I was in a room with glass walls. I was trapped with nowhere to run. Cassius was standing outside looking at me. He was standing there, staring, not saying a single word. He was creeping me out. I felt like he would snap any minute now and do something insane. Why were his eyes so scary but captivating to look at? Another shiver runs down my spine, and not in a good way. I couldn't believe this was happening. I didn't know much about this man. All I knew was that he was Autumn and Clarissa's brother and had the power to destroy our world. What more did you need to know about someone? The fact that he could destroy our world was enough to know the kind of person he was. There was so much darkness in his eyes that it terrified me. I've never seen a man with such soulless eyes. It's almost like he was consumed by his need to take over the world, just like his father. Are you not going to say anything? I demand. The silence was making me feel 10 times worse. He doesn't answer me. Instead, he walks towards a table and grabs a drink. Was this the appropriate time for him to be drinking? Wouldn't he already be consumed with his greed for power? What else did he need? I jump when he slams it against the glass wall until it shatters into hundreds of pieces. What the hell? Why did he do that? How insane was this man? He looks up at me and I can see the wickedness in his gaze. He'd intentionally done that to scare me, and he had succeeded. I could see the victory in his eyes. A true psychopath. You're terrified, he finally says. I thought my opponent would be stronger than this, not some weak girl who has no clue what she can do. You bring shame to your family, Willow. This was supposed to be an exciting night for me, but you are making it quite the opposite of that. I'm new to this. I snap. I didn't know who I was until a few days ago. I needed to remind him of that fact. I don't think he cared about that. With his tongue against his cheek, he does the same thing to another glass. This time, I don't even blink. He quirks a brow. You learn quickly, Willow. It's a shame I'll have to get rid of you before we can get to know each other better. I don't think you thought this entire thing through. I point out to him. You chose the worst timing to kidnap me. My sisters were right there. And they did nothing to help you, he says before I could continue. You didn't give them a chance to. You took the cowardly way out. You waited until they weren't around to snatch me. I thought you were powerful. Why didn't you try to take me when they were around? He quirks a brow. I may be powerful, but I'm not stupid. There's always the right time to attack, and I always plan my calculations accurately. You're wrong, I snap. Your calculations have failed you this time. And why is that? He asks, suddenly uninterested in our conversation. Because Dante was there, I hiss. The husband who didn't want you to begin with? He asks. The same husband who watched me take you and didn't do anything about it? I wince at his questions, but try to hide my facial expressions from him. I didn't want him to know what kind of effect his words had on me. I meant that his family would have already been on their way to get to him after the fight, I explain. It means that Autumn and Clarissa will be there. Do you know what that means, since you seem to know everything? His eyes narrowed slightly, and I knew he understood what I meant. Yes, Cassius, I smile. My sisters will be there when Autumn and Clarissa arrive. It means that just like you're holding me captive, they can do the same. I knew my sisters wouldn't hurt them. They couldn't. Not without me. He didn't need to know that, however. Cassius needed his sisters just like I needed mine. I guess you didn't think everything through, I point out. Your plans were poorly executed. His hands tightened into fists at his sides, and he angrily stormed off. When he was gone, I fell back against the floor. I had to find a way to get out of here. Did Cassius already know I was pregnant? I was terrified of what he could do to me if he ever found out. He didn't have to kill me, but he could hurt my baby. I gently touched my stomach and felt my fear double. I had to get out of here. Dante, I want every influential person we know out and searching for Willow. I roar. She's pregnant with our child, our baby. They're both in danger, and I need everyone we know to help bring them back to me. I'm willing to pay as much as needed. All I want is the two of them safely back to me. We're already gathering everyone we know. Atticus tries to assure me. I know this isn't easy for you, brother. We are all here for you. We're going to get Willow back. I was losing my damn mind. My wife was pregnant. Pregnant. I was still in shock. I kept repeating that one word in my head. Why did I have to find out this way? Why didn't she tell me? Was she ever planning on telling me? It's not like I didn't deserve it after the things I've said in the past. I deserved much worse than this after the pain I've brought upon her. I was a failure as a husband. Why did Willow even love me after the horrible things I've done and said? You're not going to magically find Willow, Winter hissed at us. You'll keep searching and never find her this way. Cassius can only be found if he wants to be found. He's been hiding all of these years, and he's done a good damn job at it. There are people amongst us that are trained trackers. Hundreds of them will be out in their numbers. Cassius has messed with the wrong person's woman. I roar. It isn't going to be that easy. Winter snaps. We need to hold Clarissa and Autumn as hostages if we want him to let go of Willow. What? Atticus demands as he walks over to her with a penetrating gaze. Why the hell would we do something like that? Relax, Winter hissed. We're not truly holding them hostage. It's just to convince Cassius that his sisters are in danger as long as he's holding Willow captive. Cassius needs both of them alive to make his plans work. Without them, he doesn't stand a chance against everyone else. Unlike his father, he relies on his siblings. We just have to pretend that we're holding them as hostages. Then we can convince him that we will make a trade. If given the right opportunity, we can kill him before he causes any more harm to our families. And why the hell would we trust you? Damon demands. You made it very clear that you want to kill all three of Rain's children. This could be a plan of yours to harm them both. I can assure you we won't do something that despicable. Caroline cuts in. My sister does have a bit of a temper, but she's no liar. If she says she's doing something, she will. You can trust us. We also desperately want to get Willow back. I wish you would at least give us a chance to speak with Cassius, Autumn whispers. Something must have triggered this kind of behavior in him. He may think he can manipulate us into helping him, but we can do the opposite. It's not possible. Winter snaps. Why can't you believe me when I tell you that he's a freaking monster? That man will do everything in his power to destroy this world. He wants to be the only ruler. If given the chance, he can even kill the both of you and consume your power. I wouldn't trust him with my life, nor should you. The fear in her tone told me she knew exactly what she was speaking about. I wouldn't try to befriend him, not after he kidnapped my pregnant wife. I always hoped that he would be nothing like our father, Autumn whispers. I hoped he would live a good life with our mother. Our mother? Clarissa asks. Do you know if she's also by his side? From what I can remember, they were both supposed to be together. She gave up Autumn and me to give us better lives, but she kept Cassius. He wasn't always this monster. He was once normal. I'm not sure what happened to him to cause this massive change. Winter shook her head. No. We're not sure where her whereabouts are. He may have already killed her before she did to him what she did to your father. Autumn and Clarissa gasped at her words. Would he kill our mother? Autumn asks in shock. His mother? Cassius is a monster. Winter snaps. You'll see for yourself soon enough. The more she spoke about him, my hatred for him grew. The panic in my chest was rising, and I could almost taste my fear. I've never felt this terrified, not even when Anya died. My love for Willow was incomparable. I felt a bond with her, something stronger than what I felt for Anya. This was all the proof I needed. I thought I knew what pain was when Anya died. I was freaking wrong. This was pain. If Willow died, I would die with her. That's how much I loved her. Dante. After searching for hours, we realized that Winter was telling the truth. We were wasting our time, and I didn't have time to waste. I had to get to Willow before that man hurt her and our baby. Are you ready to listen to me now? She demands from us. You can either do as I say or spend weeks or months looking for Cassius. My jaw clenched. I didn't know if my brothers would agree to something like this. It was putting their mates in danger, which was the last thing they would ever want to willingly do. I turned to them. Please, it's the only word I could get out. What else could I do? I had no other choice but to plead with them to let this happen. We are willing to do it, Autumn says. Make whatever plans that you must. If this is the only way to get Willow back, so be it. I didn't think I could love my brother's mate more than I did now. It would be best if Winter and I meet our mother by ourselves, Caroline suggests. She isn't even aware that we left home with Willow. What do you mean? I demand. Why wouldn't she know the truth? Winter narrows her eyes at me. Willow was safe where we were. Cassius wouldn't have dared to take her. But when you announced your fights, Willow found out and became frantic. She had to see you, and since we wanted to be good sisters to her, we let her come to you despite knowing the danger that was lying ahead. We thought we would be safe as long as the three of us were together, but clearly we were wrong. I felt like she'd just punched me in the stomach. I was at fault. All of this happened because of me and my selfish ways. If I didn't have to protect Willow, I would ruin my own life for my poor choices. The more I found out, the more I hated myself. I was a fool who wanted his woman back in his arms. No one moves while we're gone, Winter warns us. I don't trust them, Atticus growls the second that they walk away. We don't have another choice, I remind him. They're my only hope. It takes an hour before they finally return. They were both quiet, and it looked like we were about to get bad news. I held my breath. We've made a deal with him, Winter announces suddenly. Our mother found a way to get into contact with him quite quickly. Actually, he was the one that contacted her. He has a few requests that he wants us to follow. We must meet exactly where he wants us to meet. There, we will pretend to make the trade. I can't believe we're going ahead with this plan. Atticus growls. I don't want to put Autumn and Clarissa in danger. It's okay. Autumn tries to calm him down. Willow is like a sister to us. We must do everything that we can to get her back. Cassius can't hurt us. He won't. Not when he needs us alive to do what he wants. Atticus and Damon look like a mess, mirroring what I felt inside. This didn't just include Willow. It had their mates as well. Cassius was the new villain in our story. He threatened the peace my family was close to achieving. We wouldn't be able to rest until we'd gotten rid of him. It wouldn't be easy for Autumn and Clarissa. He was their biological brother. It would be easy for me, however. Anyone that threatened the lives of my wife and my unborn child would have to feel my wrath. I couldn't wait to get my hands on his neck and strangle him, amongst many other things. We're messing with a dangerous sorcerer, Hunter says as he walks into the meeting room with Austin and his family. He can bring much harm to every single one of us if we don't think this thing thoroughly through. Hunter is right, Arthur says as he walks in with Gabriella. We know enough about Azai Rain to know what his son can do. Unlike Autumn and Clarissa, he doesn't have anything to live for. He doesn't have a weakness except Willow and her sisters. We must keep the three of them safe if we want our families to live to see another day. I close my eyes and try to fight the fear. My mate was in the hands of a maniac. The longer we took to do this exchange, the more harm could be done to her. He can't know that we're not planning on giving Autumn and Clarissa to him, Austin says. He cannot know that we have other plans. Everything must go smoothly if we want to get everyone back alive. All we need is to get Willow back, Caroline says. Once we have Willow back, we will have all we need to kill Cassius before he can kill the rest of us. That's all I'm wishing for now that she's gone. I want to have her back in my arms. I want to shower her with so much love that she never has to compare herself to her sister again. I want her to know that Anya is no longer haunting my thoughts. I want her to see that she's the only one in my mind and heart from now on. No one else, only her. She was the only woman for me. Without her, I can't breathe. Willow. For an evil sorcerer, you don't look that powerful, I claim after watching him for hours. I was lying. I wanted to get under his skin. So far, he'd dismissed everything I'd said to him. It probably wasn't the best idea to provoke him, but I wanted to distract him as much as I could. He quirks a brow. Do you want me to hurt you and show you exactly the kind of power that I have? Hurt me? I grin. You wouldn't, not when you need your sisters to save your plans. I was afraid, I truly was, but for some reason I couldn't keep my stupid mouth shut. The words kept coming out of my mouth. I didn't like Cassius one bit. It was hard for me to believe that the man in front of me was the brother of Autumn and Clarissa. They were nothing like him. He chuckles. The plan was to bring you back alive. No one said anything about not hurting you in the process. I can take away that pain you've been feeling. Pain? I ask. He nods. Emotional pain. Unrequited love. You've loved him since the first day you met him. He was always the man for you. Unfortunately, he was already in love with the girl you thought was your sister. It's such a shame that she never loved him, yet he would give his life for her. Don't you dare say anything else. I snap. He was doing to me the same thing I was trying to do to him. The only difference was that he was winning. He quirks a brow. But I'm only getting started, Willow. It's now. You fell in love with your sister's rejection. She rejected him. She never wanted him. All she wanted was revenge. Your husband is a foolish man. I can never love someone as foolish as he is. How can he not love the woman who would do anything for him, but be willing to give up his life for a woman who wanted to take everything he ever loved away from him? You don't know anything about him, I hiss. He isn't a fool for loving her. He thought that she loved him at first. She had him under a spell. There's plenty of information that you're missing. Leave my husband's name out of your filthy mouth. He chuckles. I wonder if you'll still be speaking that way if your precious husband chose to save your dead sister over you. If given a chance, Dante would leave you in the dust and save Anya. She's not here presently to prove my point, but there's a way that I can make it happen. For a few seconds, I couldn't move an inch. His words had left me completely speechless. How could Dante ever have a choice between Anya and me when she wasn't even here anymore? She was gone, and she wasn't coming back. What the hell do you mean by that? I demand. I didn't trust Cassius, and he was very good at freaking me out. I knew he could do many filthy spells, but I hoped nothing would involve Anya or Dante. I wanted my husband far away from this monster. I possess the power to bring back Anya into this world. He answers me. I can bring her back long enough to haunt your husband. He will be running after her the second that I do. If you want, I can prove to you that I am right. Dante will choose her over you in a split second. She's the one he loves. I narrow my eyes. You don't have the power to resurrect anyone. If you did, you would have resurrected your father a long time ago. His father was his role model. He wanted to be just like him. If he truly had the power to do something that insane, he would have done it a long time ago. Why would I want to resurrect someone that wants to achieve the same thing as I do? He asks me. There can only be one, and that's me. You're lying. I snap. You can't bring Anya back. I can't bring her back completely, he admits, but I can at least convince him that I can. Maybe then you'll realize that you mean absolutely nothing to that man. You might as well kill yourself to protect your heart from the pain. I narrow my eyes. We will just see about that. I was afraid of his plans. He definitely wanted to mess with our minds and emotions. I wasn't sure what Cassius was capable of doing. He was too powerful. Even without Autumn and Clarissa, he had a powerful aura surrounding him. He had years to prepare, and he was ready to achieve his goals. But would Dante truly leave me to die if there was a chance that he could get Anya back from the dead? Dante, is this where he said Willow would be? I demand. She's nowhere around. What was the maniac planning now? He said somewhere around here. Atticus reminds me. It's the forest. She can be anywhere. Willow, I call. Willow, can you hear me? Staying sane at a time like this was a task by itself. Before we knew it, we were all shouting her name. We must have gotten something wrong, I whisper. Where the hell was she? Maybe we're looking the wrong way, Damon suggests. Let's go back to where we started and turn left. I nod and let him lead this time. If that asshole asks for Autumn and Clarissa, I will kill him. Atticus growls. I don't think it will be that easy, brother. Griffin points out. It's the first time we will be dealing with a sorcerer. You saw how powerful Clarissa and Autumn are, and they are new to all of this. He has experience and is extremely dangerous. He is also just as evil as he is powerful. We should all think twice before attacking with no solid plans. I stopped moving, and so did my brothers. I could see her. I could see my wife, and she was alive. I couldn't contain my excitement and relief. She was here. I wasn't hallucinating. She was tied to a tree in front of me. She looked tired and scared. That asshole did this to her. Willow, I say under my breath, and she seems to hear me. Her gaze flashes to mine, and I can see the happiness mixed with panic in her pretty eyes. She was worried for our safety. Of course she would be. She was perfect. My perfect bride. Before I could move toward her, a figure next to us caught my attention. I was too distracted by Willow to notice her sooner. Time stops moving when the person comes into my view. Oh, hell no. This couldn't be true. I had to be hallucinating. Maybe the thought of losing Willow had finally driven me to insanity. I blinked once, then twice. She was still the same. Nothing had changed. Anya? What the f***? Why was she standing in front of me? Is anyone else seeing what I'm seeing? Griffin asks in disbelief. I sure as hell am, Damon mutters in surprise. This isn't happening, Atticus exclaims. Shit! They were all just as stunned as I was. It meant that I wasn't going completely insane. She was truly standing in front of me. But that was impossible. Anya had to be dead. We were all there. We all saw her die. Dante, she gasps. My chest squeezed tightly at hearing her voice after so long. This couldn't be real. Someone had to be messing with me. Don't come near us, Damon growls when she takes a step forward. Her eyes aren't on anyone else but me. She's staring directly into my eyes. I'm so sorry for everything, she cries. I was wrong for never loving you. I messed up the only good thing in my life, and I greatly regret it. I wish that you could give me another chance, Dante. I hope that you'll let me love you this time. I promise never to hurt you again. How the hell are you standing in front of me? I ask in horror. You were supposed to be dead. How are you here? Her gaze wavers a little. That isn't important right now, Dante. I'll tell you after you admit that you still love me. I'm sorry for forcing you to marry Willow. I thought that's what I wanted. I thought that would be the best thing for her. I was wrong. You could never love her, and because of that, she got hurt. You both did. I'm here to fix all of the mistakes that I made. I'm sorry to you and your family. Please tell me you love me, and let's fix this. We can all be happy, Dante. All you need to tell me is that you love me. Don't believe a word she says. Atticus growls. Anya was never capable of being nice to anyone. I don't know what the hell is happening here. I don't know if she's alive or dead, but either way, she was never good to us. Don't let her get into your head. This could be that asshole's tricks. He's messing with our heads. He was right. This could be a spell to mess with us. But it was also possible she was standing before me right now. Sorcerers as powerful as Cassius should have resurrection spells, but it always came with a deadly price. Tell my sister that you love me, she begs. Tell Willow to give up on you. Let her live her life peacefully. The only way she will ever let you go is if you admit I'm the only woman in your heart. Tell her the truth, Dante. Tell her that you only love me. Tell her. I can't. I stammer. Of course you can, she whispers. You love me, don't you? I can't answer her. I'm lost for words. Cassius did this for me. He brought me back, but the only way for me to stay alive is for Willow to die. You must push a sword into her heart and kill her. Once she's dead, I will return to you for good. I promise that I love you, Dante. Only you. I'll never hurt you again. End her life and give me my life back. We can be happy again, Dante. You just have to kill her and end her misery. Willow. Dante wasn't saying anything, and my heart kept sinking at the look on his face. Was he that happy to see her? Was he truly going to do as she asked? I knew his heart still belonged to her, but I was sure I meant more to him than this. Was I wrong? Did Dante have zero feelings for me as Cassius suggested? I didn't want him to be right, but I couldn't ignore the signs in front of me. He looked like he was enchanted by her. I knew this wasn't the real Anya. I knew it was a fake. Cassius didn't have enough time or the blood needed to resurrect Anya. He needed the blood of Autumn and Clarissa along with his, and then he needed something that belonged to Anya. At least, that's what I heard him say. It could have all been lies to mess with my emotions. He loved messing with people's emotions. It brought him great joy. This was just a distraction, his genius plan. At least, that's what he called it. I was shouting for Dante to hear me, trying to warn him, but Cassius was one step ahead of me. He'd put a spell on me, and I couldn't speak for 10 whole minutes. Dante couldn't hear my words, even though he could see me. Though right now, The only person he seemed to see in front of him was Anya. He'd forgotten about coming to protect me. Cassius had one of his shapeshifter friends to do the job for him, and she was doing a damn good job at it. While she distracted Dante and his brothers, Cassius was busy searching for Autumn and Clarissa. He knew they wouldn't give them up easily. He was brilliant, but I was hoping that my family was smarter. I was praying that they were prepared for this. So far, it didn't seem that way, but no one would expect to see Anya when she was supposed to be dead. I still hadn't seen what Cassius could do, but I didn't want to find out. I was hoping that we could kill him before a battle could begin. Dante steps towards the fake Anya, and my heart drops a little. I didn't want to see this. I didn't want to see him get closer to her in front of me. He's wanted this since she died, and it was finally here. It was his chance to tell Anya how much he loved and missed her. I couldn't stop the tears streaming down my face from the sight before me. I watch helplessly as Dante pulls her into his arms. I can't believe it's you. I can't believe you're in front of me right now. I'm so happy that you're holding me, Dante, she whispers. Now tell Willow that you don't love her. Tell her that I'm the only woman you'll ever love. Tell her that she can never have a future with you as long as I'm in your heart. And when you're done breaking her heart, kill her for me. The tears were clouding my vision. Everything was blurry, but I could tell that he still had his arms around her. Suddenly I hear a piercing scream. It was the shapeshifter. Why was she screaming? I rubbed my eyes with my hands and was left completely shocked when I saw Dante with a bloody knife in his hand. He'd just pierced her straight through the heart. Willow is the only right choice for me, he growls. Even if you were the real Anya, it wouldn't make a difference. My lips parted in surprise at his words. I couldn't believe he'd just said that in front of us. Even if it were the real Anya, does this mean he knew she was a fake all along? Would it truly not make a difference if this was the real Anya? They don't waste any time getting rid of the shapeshifter. She was easy to get rid of. I wish Cassius would be this easy as well. Dante turned to me once more, and I could see the relief in his eyes. He doesn't waste another second as he runs to my side and pulls me into his arms. His hands were buried in my hair as he held me close. I'm so happy you're alive, Willow. I'm so happy to have you in my arms again. I felt his lips against my forehead and I leaned into him some more. I breathed in his scent. It felt good to have him this close to me again. As much as I wanted to stay here, I knew we had people to protect. We have to hurry, I shout, finding my voice again. This was only a distraction. Cassius is going for Autumn and Clarissa. If he gets his hands on them, we'll all be in trouble. Damon and Atticus didn't need to be told twice. They were already running before I could finish my sentence. Dante helps me to my feet, and we run behind his brothers. I heard a piercing scream, and my heart dropped when I immediately knew it belonged to Caroline. He was already attacking them. No, I screamed as I increased my speed. I was running as fast as I possibly could. Be careful. Dante shouts next to me as he grabs my hand to prevent me from tripping. The fear in his eyes as he looks at my tummy makes me wonder if he knew I was pregnant. I quickly shook that thought out of my mind. I could find that out once we all got out of this alive. We came to an abrupt stop when we saw what was happening in front of us. Caroline was trying to take on Cassius by herself and was clearly failing. I attempt to rush toward her, but Dante grabs me by my waist and pulls me back towards him. No, stay back. It's too dangerous, Willow. She's my sister, I scream. I must help her. Where is Autumn and Clarissa? Cassius roars. The deal was an exchange. I give you Willow, and you give me my sisters. Where the f*** are they? You will never No, Atticus roars. Dante pulled me back a second time. Let us do it. You stay back. No, I shout. He's dangerous. I watched in horror as he and his brothers shifted into their wolves. They don't waste a second as every single one of them attacked from all different directions. Cassius waved a hand, and they all fell back hard against the ground. He didn't even have to touch them, and already they were hurt. Dante, I scream as his wolf howls from the pain. He was messing with their heads. They could hardly move because of it. I rush towards Cassius, but Dante's wolf surprises me when he jumps in front of me, preventing me from going any closer. He was still in pain, but somehow managed to reach this far. He was trying to protect me. I have to do this, I shout. I have to stop him. My sisters and I are the only ones who can stop him. I can see the understanding in his eyes as he slowly steps aside. As soon as he does, his wolf falls to the ground as he howled some more. Stop hurting him! I scream at the top of my lungs. I rushed over to Caroline's side, and she held my hand tightly. Try to freeze him, she shouts at me. I focused my energy on him and gasped when nothing happened. Try harder, Willow, she screams. I need you. Willow. I was trying, but nothing was happening. I didn't have enough practice for this. I was up against the strongest sorcerer alive, and I was unprepared. When Dante's wolf howls louder, and I see blood, everything goes black. The next thing I see is a force of ice covering the trees and moving with incredible speed towards Cassius. There was a strong wind, working hand in hand with my power, and I knew it had to belong to Caroline. I could feel myself grow stronger as I fought to protect the people that I loved. We both scream as we attack him as hard as we could. He fell back a little, but not by a lot. He was still standing strong. This wasn't working. We couldn't do this without Winter. We needed her. How was Cassius still so strong without Autumn and Clarissa's help? Where is Winter? I ask as I look behind us, hoping to see her somewhere. In order to kill him, we needed her. The three of us had to work together to get rid of him. She's with the others, Caroline answers me. By others, did she mean Autumn and Clarissa? Tell me where my sisters are and no one gets hurt. He roars as darkness shoots out of him and attacks Dante and his brothers. His focus was mostly on them. He knew that they were my weakness. He was trying to kill them to hurt me. Winter, Caroline screams. We need you. Within seconds, Tree Vines grabbed Cassius by his waist and pulled him down with a hard force. Attack him, Winter shouts behind us. Use everything that you have. He manages to free himself from Winter's spell, but now he looks pissed. He narrows his eyes at me. You're the weakest. I need to get rid of you first. My eyes widen when the darkness shoots out towards me. He doesn't get to me. Dante throws himself in front of me without any warning and takes the hit for me. I see red when blood comes out of his mouth. For a few seconds, I couldn't breathe or move. Everything went completely still as I watched his body drop to the ground. No, I gasp. Willow, Winter shouts. You can't get distracted. I ignore her as I drop to the ground beside him. Dante, I scream. He wasn't moving. His eyes were open, but I could see him slowly slipping away. Your blood, Willow, Caroline shouts. Give him your blood. I grab the knife from his pants and cut the palm of my hand. I let my blood touch his lips and prayed for a miracle. Please, Dante, I cry. Please don't leave me. Please, I'm begging you. That's enough. It was Autumn. She was here with Clarissa. What were they doing? They shouldn't be here. Stop hurting them, Cassius. Clarissa shouts. Please. Cassius looks surprised to see them in front of him. He seemed convinced that they wouldn't show up. I see a flash of emotion in his eyes before he covers it. He quirks a brow at them. Sisters, it's so good to see you again. Is this the way to greet your brother, who you haven't seen in years? Please stop this. Autumn pleads with him. We do not want to fight you. He chuckles. You can't fight me. Don't you know that by now? Your power doesn't work against me. It works on everyone else but me. I held on to Dante tightly, ignoring their conversation. Were they trying to distract him or reason with him? I didn't know their plan. I love you. Eye against his neck. I love you so much, Dante. Our baby loves you. Please, don't go anywhere. My heart skipped a beat when I felt his hand move. I began to breathe again as I felt his heartbeat. It was returning to normal. I gently placed him on the ground. I knew he would need some time to get back to normal. My blood would keep him dizzy. That's a good thing. I didn't want him jumping into danger for me again. I focus on Cassius. He tried to kill my husband and his family. I could never forgive him for that. I'm going to kill you. I scream as ice shoots out from every single direction. Everyone ducks as the ice strikes him like daggers falling from the sky. Austin's family jumps out from all different directions at the exact same time. Where had they been hiding? They seemed to be waiting for the right time to attack. I could see their wolves coming in great waves to attack him from all directions. He fought back, but he couldn't stop all of them from reaching him in time. Hunter and Isabella's wolves grab onto his leg and arm. He shouts in pain, and my eyes widen when he shoves them hard against each other with his dark force. Enough! He roars as black flames form around him. There's fire everywhere, followed by the horrific cries of wolves. How was he this powerful? There were so many of us, but he was still somehow on top. Willow and my sisters return with me, he roars. If you don't, I'll kill every single person here tonight. No one is coming with you, Atticus shouts. Autumn jumps in front of Atticus when a fireball is suddenly flying in his direction. The flame doesn't harm her, just like Cassius said earlier. Their power could be used on anyone else but themselves. When he tries to attack Damon, Clarissa does the same thing as her sister. We couldn't jump in front of everyone he tried to strike. We were in serious trouble. Stop it, Caroline whispers. I'll come with you. Just stop hurting everyone else. His eyes zero in on her. No, I scream along with Winter. We can still kill him, Winter shouts. We can't give up. This is our only chance. Caroline ignores all of us and throws herself into his waiting arms. We don't have a second to react when they both disappear in front of our eyes. Carolyn, I scream. Willow. He has Caroline, Winter screams. He has my sister. I hugged her tightly as the tears came rushing down. Caroline had sacrificed herself for me. She'd taken my place. It was the only way to save the rest of us from him. We weren't prepared for him. He was much stronger than any of us anticipated. I've failed, she gasps. I couldn't kill him. You didn't fail, I assure her. You tried your best. Everyone did. We know exactly what we're up against now. We can take him down, but not now. We can find Caroline and bring her back safely. He still doesn't have what he wanted when he came here. He doesn't have Autumn and Clarissa. He will keep Caroline alive for another trade, I'm sure of it. This was the scariest night of my existence, Griffin hissed. What the is that psychopath? Our brother. Autumn gasps. The son of Azai Rain, a sorcerer, and sadly a monster. He's just like Winter described. He's just like our father. I can hear the hurt in her voice from admitting that her brother had turned into a monster. It must be hard for Autumn and Clarissa. They were hoping that they could change him. They were hoping that love could bring him back. He was too lost for any of that to happen. All he wanted was power, just like his father was obsessed with it. How are we nothing like him? Clarissa whispers. Are we one day going to turn into a monster as well? Of course not, I assure her. You and Autumn are nothing like your brother or father. You're kind, sweet, gentle. I've never met kinder people than you two. There is no way that you'll ever turn into someone like him. I was trying to be strong for everyone, but the truth was that I was terrified inside after what happened today. Cassius was unlike anyone I've ever met. He was terrifying, and he wanted to kill us all to gain what he wanted. I don't know about you guys, but I want to get home quickly after tonight, Lucy whispers. I can't wait to see my baby. I thought I wouldn't be able to see him again after what we just had to witness. I'm right there with you. Isabella agrees with her. Thank you for being with us today. I thank them. You didn't have to come here and risk your lives, but you still did. Thank you so much. Gabriella and Maya both hug me at the same time. We're always here if you need us, and we will help search for your sister also. We don't know where Cassius has taken her, but we will find her. She risked her life for all of us today. We need to find a way to repay her kindness. I could feel the tears in my eyes at their words. I was terrified of losing Caroline. Winter was almost inconsolable. Our mother was by her side, but she didn't seem good at comforting her. I'm sure she blamed me for this. I was the one that encouraged them to leave the safety of their home so that I could help Dante. If I hadn't made that decision, they would still be safe. But how long would I have stayed hidden for? And I had to get to Dante. I was scared he would have gotten himself killed. I look for him in the crowd, and I can see him staring straight at me. He was still a bit dizzy, but his eyes were focused on me. We had plenty to talk about after what just happened. I'm still shocked that he didn't choose the shapeshifter pretending to be Anya over me. Did this mean that Anya was certainly in his past? Or was he aware that she was a shapeshifter from the start? I would love nothing more than to know Dante loved me back. It's all I've ever wanted. After an hour of talking, we all said our goodbyes. I was surprised that Dante didn't try to speak to me yet. He hugged me tightly when he found me earlier, but that was it. Nothing else. He didn't say a single thing to me except that he was happy that I was alive. Why wasn't he saying anything? He begged me to stay with him the last time he saw me. Why wasn't he doing it now? Did seeing Anya again make him change his mind about us? I tried to push that thought out of my head. I needed to be there for my sister. She was the one in the most pain. When we returned to the house, I spent the next few hours comforting Winter, while Dante and his brothers went out one last time to see if they could find Caroline. It was the next day when they returned. None of us had gotten any sleep. We were all exhausted. I was still waiting for a chance to get Dante alone. The second he walks through the door, his eyes immediately search for me. When they find me, he doesn't think twice before moving towards me like he'd waited years to see me, even though we'd seen each other a few hours ago. I stay completely still until he stops right in front of me. I open my mouth to say something, but nothing comes out. "We need to talk, Willow." Dante. I'd finally gotten Willow alone in my room, where I'd been dying to have her. It felt unreal to have her back here after all of the craziness we've had to go through the past few days since she left me. "Go ahead," she says without any emotion. "Say what you want to tell me. I'm listening." "I'm so sorry, Willow. For everything. I apologize. This is the most sincere I've ever been in my life. I meant every word I was about to say to her. When you entered my life, I was still getting used to the idea of Anya's betrayal and losing her simultaneously. Our marriage wasn't easy for me initially. It happened too quickly after Anya's death. I was confused and lost. I'm not trying to make excuses for my actions. I just want you to know that I wouldn't have been such a fool if I'd met you under different circumstances." She doesn't say anything as she waits for me to continue. "But then I got to know you. Little by little, you made your way into my heart. You showed me what it meant to be loved by someone, not the fake kind of love that Anya showed to me. With you, I didn't feel lonely. I didn't feel like I was fighting a losing battle. You made everything better, Willow. You gave me hope again. You gave me a reason to live. You gave me everything and more than I ever wanted from Anya." I whisper, staring intensely into her eyes. "You loved me when I was impossible to love. You did things for me that no one would have ever done. You shined your light into my life and made it into something wonderful." I tell her, "Willow, I've never known another woman like you. I'm sorry for ever making you feel like a second option. I'm sorry for ever making you believe I could never love you. I'm sorry for taking so long to heal from Anya. I'm sorry that I didn't give myself to you right away. I'm sorry that I was a horrible husband. All I want to do from now on is to make it up to you, Willow." "Dante, I know I was wrong, Willow." I cut her off. "Those things that I said to Atticus that day, I didn't mean any of it. I was in shock. That night with you was the best night of my fog life, and it terrified me to the point that I thought it was wrong. I thought the feeling in my chest wasn't allowed. I was foolish back then. I knew I needed you. I couldn't live without you, and I was afraid of losing you. I didn't want to take advantage of your love for me, and it felt like I'd done just that. I'm so sorry that you heard those horrible words from my mouth, and I'm even ashamed that I said those words to you." I don't wait for her to say anything else. I had to do everything possible to make her understand and believe how much I loved her. When you left, everything fell apart. I felt like my entire life was over. I missed you like crazy. All I wanted was to have you back into my life again. I wanted the chance to tell you all of the things I'm saying to you now. Willow, at this point in my life, you're the only woman I am in love with. I swear to you, there is no one else but you. After learning that you're pregnant with my baby, our baby, my whole life flashed before my eyes. Cassius had kidnapped you, and he was holding you captive with our unborn baby. It was a terrifying time for me. It made me realize that I would die without you. When Anya died, you were my only reason for living, and you still are. Without you, I see no reason to stay on this earth. I take a deep breath. I just love you so much. I love you, Willow, and it would mean the world to me if you could give me one last chance. Please, I'll never hurt you again. Never. The words were pouring out from me, one after the next. I had to make sure she understood just how deeply in love I was with her. I had to make sure she knew that Anya was in the past and would never come between us again. "Did you know that it was a shapeshifter?" she asks me. "What?" "When you stuck the knife into her chest, did you know it wasn't the real Anya?" I swallow. I didn't know at first. I was shocked to see her. That was my initial reaction. I only knew it wasn't her after I stabbed her. I confess. 2 weeks, she says suddenly. 2 weeks. What could she possibly mean by that? I expected her to say more to me, but this left me surprised. I frown. 2 weeks, she nods. That's all I'm asking for. You can't touch me, kiss me, hug me. You need to keep your distance from me. We will sleep in the same bed, but you won't be able to do anything but speak to me. That's your punishment. Don't you think that's a little too harsh? I ask. I would rather she punch me multiple times than not be able to touch her. I couldn't imagine having her in the same bed as me and not being able to touch her the way I wanted to. She narrows her eyes. Then I won't even return home to you. I'll stay with Winter and help her search for Caroline. I pull her into my arms without a second thought. I accept. It's a small request after all of the shit I've done to you. I can do it. I can do anything you want from me, Willow. Just don't ever leave me again. I can't live without you. I can't breathe when you're not by my side. She smiles against my chest. You're breaking the rules right now. She whispers. You're not supposed to touch me for 2 weeks. I growl. Just a few more seconds, please. And then add on the rest of my life. Willow. I could feel Dante's eyes on me with every move I made. His needy gaze hadn't left me since we woke up this morning. It was the last day. After midnight, he would be able to touch me again. I asked this as a punishment for him, but I felt like I punished myself more than I did him. Sleeping next to him every night, hearing him tell me the sweetest things and how much he loved me, and not being able to touch him or let him feel me. It was torture. I knew he wanted me also. Every night I could see the longing in his eyes. Today it was much stronger. My pregnancy hormones were also taking over, and for some reason Dante seemed to love and want me even more while pregnant. Everyone was happy that there was a baby on the way. I can't believe I will have my first grandchild, his mother exclaims with joy. You have truly blessed us all, Willow. His grandfather praises me. I can't contain my excitement, Clarissa admits. I'm going to be an auntie, and I can't freaking believe it. Griffin nods, and I'm going to be an uncle. I'm going to teach him so many things. Why do you think it's a boy? I ask him. He wiggles his eyebrows at me. Why wouldn't it be a boy? My uncle's senses are tingling. It's a boy. I stole a glance at Dante, and I was surprised to see a bright smile on his face as he watched me interact with his family. This was the happiest I'd ever seen him, and I couldn't believe how far we'd come in just 2 weeks. The only thing that could have made this better was having Caroline back with us. We'd searched everywhere for her. My mother tried contacting Cassius again, but he'd completely disappeared. I guessed that he was hiding. Even though he was powerful in winning the battle, he did get seriously hurt during the fight. We all knew he wouldn't dare kill her, but we didn't know the condition she was in either. She sacrificed herself for me, and I would never forget it. I couldn't wait for the chance to return the favor. I lost her when I was a child, and just when I found her back, I'd lost her again. What's wrong? Dante asks. You look distracted. Everyone turns to look at me. I'm worried about Caroline, I confess. I feel terrible that she gave everything up for me. We will find her, Willow, Autumn promises me. I know how difficult this must be for you. First, you lost Anya, and now Caroline has been kidnapped by our brother. I still can't believe he's turned so evil. I wish there were a chance for us to meet him in the past and prevent him from losing himself. Clarissa nods. I keep getting back memories from my past every single day. He wasn't always this evil. He was a normal boy who enjoyed playing and doing fun things. I can't believe we've lost him before getting to know him better. We were all in pain for different reasons, but I was still grateful that we had each other to comfort us during these difficult times. This is a happy occasion. We have a baby on the way, and we're all still alive despite the many, many challenges. As long as we are together, we can face anything. Atticus says as we all raise our glasses. Later that day, exactly 5 minutes to midnight, Dante entered our room with a look of longing in his eyes. I could see every raw emotion on his face as he watched me like I was his next meal. "It's not midnight yet," I tease him. "You don't need to remind me." He growls as he takes a step towards me. I take one back, and he doesn't stop until I'm jammed against the wall, but still, he wasn't touching me. "3 minutes left," he whispers. I'm counting down the seconds. He didn't do anything but stare into my eyes. He leaned in closer so that his lips were inches away from mine. Both of his hands were on the wall to the sides of me. "3," he whispers. "2." I could hardly breathe. I needed this. 1. He doesn't even finish when his mouth crashes down on mine. I wrapped my arms around his neck and held him tightly as he lifted me off the ground. I moaned loudly into his mouth. His grip was firm, and he held me like I was the most precious thing in the world to him. I felt safe and desired in his arms. "I love you, Willow," he growls against my lips. "Keeping my hands and lips off you these 2 weeks has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I need you every second of every day. I don't want to spend a day without having you in my arms again." I bit down hard on his lip, and he growled even louder. "I'll die if I don't get inside of you now." "Then what are you waiting for?" I gasp. "It's been hard for me also. These pregnancy hormones are driving me insane. I've been needing you since the first night." He pulls my hair back and glares. "You've needed me all this time, and you didn't think to tell me?" He demands. "I'm okay with suffering myself, but I cannot live with myself if I don't spend the rest of my life giving you exactly what you want and need." "Relax," I whisper. "I have you now." "I knew you would come for me," I whisper as I run my hands down his bare chest. "I didn't want anything between us. I wanted to be ready for this. I've been ready for it a long time now. Look at me." He growls, and I do. "You've given me everything I've ever wanted, Willow." He whispers as he leaves kisses on my neck. "Thank you for coming into my life and being my reason to live." I smile and pull his lips against mine. I kissed him with all the love I felt for him. It's better than any time we've been this close together. Nothing is keeping us apart anymore. Nothing and no one will ever separate us again. "I love you, Dante," I cry. "I love you so much." The end.